Student page 100. Rewrite 10 divided by the quantity x plus 5 as a compound statement. Now we're rewriting it as a compound statement so that we protect ourselves from the division by zero error with a variable in the bottom. So what we can do is we can say that our equation can be 10 over x plus 5 as long as, by which I mean as long as x plus 5 does not equal 0, which means that x cannot equal negative 5. That's what's going to protect us from a division by zero error. So we check and we see, is it permissible to let x equal 5 in this expression? Well, let's find out. 5 squared divided by 5 squared minus 9 times 5 plus 4. Does that give us a 0 in the denominator? Let's see. Oh, 5 squared minus 25. Ha ha ha. I got that one before I made the video. Okay, 0 here, and then we have 25 minus 9. That's okay. That's not 0. And we have 5 plus 4. That's 9. That's okay. So it looks like what we're going to get is we're going to get 0 over 16 times 9. Well, one way or the other, 16 times 9 is no big deal. We like this answer, 16 times 9. By the way, 16 times 9 is 144. This answer is fine. 5 works. So yes, it is permissible to let x equal 5. Is it permissible to let x equal 3? That's another question. All right, is it permissible to let x equal 3? Well, let's go ahead and we'll start over again. 3 squared minus 25. So far, I think that's okay. And then we have 3 squared minus 9 times 3 plus 4. All right, well, I think we have a showstopper because 3 squared is 9, which means that this parenthesis right here, this sweet, innocent-looking guy, is really 9 minus 9, which is 0. So this equation is going to turn into something awful. It's going to turn into 9 minus 25 over 0 times 7. And regardless of the fact that 9 minus 25 is a lovely negative 16, it's over 0, and we're in trouble. That means we have to start to get ready to think about it. So is this permissible? No. Give all the values of x that are not permissible. Well, we've already found one. We already know x can't be 3. And we got that because we looked at x squared minus 9. But the problem is we have this squared tells us that there could be another one hidden. So what we need to do is think about what does x squared minus 9 equals 0 mean? And what does x plus 4 equals 0 mean? And here we get x squared equals 9. If we're going to take the square root of, here, I want to finish in this color, x equals negative 4. Now if I take the square root of both sides of that first guy, what I find out, hold on, I'm going to get this. There we go. Take the square root of this side and this side, we find out is x could be plus or minus 3. Square root of 9 has 2 roots. And that's true because if you think about it, negative 3 squared would be positive 9 as well. So x cannot equal 3. As a matter of fact, x can't even equal negative 3, and x certainly should not equal negative 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3 answers that cannot happen. All right, example 1. Consider the equation 1 divided by x equals 3 divided by the quantity x minus 2. Rewrite the equation into a system of equations. System of equations? I don't know what this means. Yes, you do. What it means is what can work and what do we have to watch out for. So what we know is that if this equation doesn't have any showstoppers, in other words, if neither denominator equals 0, this is a perfectly valid answer. But, however, I always write but really however is a nicer word. However, so what we have to do is we have to add, we have this nice, this is part, this is good, but we also have to look at what our denominators are. On the left-hand side, x cannot equal 0, and on the right-hand side, we have to think about what would happen if x minus 2 equals 0, and we see that x cannot equal 2. So that would be our system of equations. If you notice, we got more than one, and that's what a system is. Solve the equation for x, excluding the values of x that lead to a denominator of 0. So at this point, we can get away with just about anything. And what my instinct tells me is something that I've seen you guys trying to do a lot, and it's something you question, but let me tell you, you can cross multiply. But if you're going to cross multiply, you need an equal sign. If what you want to multiply is all on the same side, then please just multiply straight across. But if they're across from each other, feel free. So what do we see? We see 1 times the quantity x minus 2, it's a times, let me make it a little more of a dot, equals x times 3. It really doesn't matter if you wrote x times 3 over here and 1 times quantity x minus 2 would be fine. What we see is we see x minus 2 equals 3x. Cleaned it up. I can subtract x from both sides. Let me get an x off of here. Minus x, and what we get is we get negative 2 equals 2x. If we divide both sides by 2, we get negative 1 is x. So for a final answer, what we find out is that negative 1 equals x as long as x does not equal 0 or x does not equal 2.